Wenn der Apfel nicht weit Oilers nacheinander verloren. Wenn der Apfel nicht weit vom Stamm fällt. Peter Dreiseitel kann stolz sein angesichts der Bilder aus Mailand. Sein Sohn, der Fahnenträger von Team Deutschland. Ein Höhepunkt einer bislang so grandiosen Eishockey-Karriere. Es ist endlich die lang ersehnte Olympiapremiere von Leon Dreiseitel. Ein Bub, der im Alter von 17 in die kanadische Juniorenliga auswanderte und seit 12 Jahren für die Edmonton Oilers Rekorde in der NHL aufstellt.
Number 29, Leon Draisaitl.
17. Dezember 2025. Als erster Deutscher erzielt er seinen 1000. Scorerpunkt.
That's point number 1000 for Leon Draisaitl.
Dreiseitel ist ein kreativer Offensivgeist, Stürmer, Vorbereiter, Torschütze. Im Jahr 2020
der Sportler des Jahres, Leon Dreiseitel.
Er ist der dritte Mannschaftssportler, dem das gelingt, neben dem Fußballspieler und Olympiadritten aus der ehemaligen DDR Klaus Ubanschik 1964 und Basketballstar Dirk Nowitzki 2011. Nur den Stanley Cup hat Leon Dreiseitel noch nicht gewonnen. 2 Finalrunden hat er mit den Oilers nacheinander verloren. Zum Vergleich, Dirk Nowitzki brauchte 11 Jahre, um sich seinen Traum zu erfüllen, bis zur Krönung in der NBA. Jetzt, nach 7 Jahren, ist Dreiseitel zurück im deutschen Nationalteam. Sein Olympiatraum, eine Medaille, am liebsten aus Gold, um mal was anderes in den Händen zu halten.
Und jetzt hat er erstmal Großes vor mit der deutschen Eishockey-Nationalmannschaft. Wir sagen guten Abend nach Mailand. Guten Abend, Leon Dreiseitel.
Schönen guten Abend.
Leon, jetzt standen Sie vorhin zum ersten Mal mit den anderen deutschen Jungs auf dem Eis. Erstes Training, wie war's? Und mussten Sie vielleicht erstmal ein Lied singen? So macht man das doch eigentlich, wenn man neu in der Mannschaft ist.
Nee, das Lied, da habe ich mich irgendwie rausgeschlichen. Also das musste ich noch nicht machen. Aber war schön, auf dem Eis zu sein. Es ist auch viel gewesen die letzten paar Tage und mit dem Reisen und dem Jetlag hat sich schön angefühlt, mit den Jungs zusammen auf dem Eis zu stehen.
Sie haben in Ihrer Karriere schon so viele wichtige Spiele entschieden. Trotzdem, das hier ist Olympia. Sind Sie da auch ein bisschen aufgeregt?
Ja, ich weiß nicht, ob aufgeregt das richtige Wort ist. Ich glaube, das ist eine gewisse Vorfreude. Ich freue mich auf das erste Spiel. Ich freue mich auf die nächsten Tage jetzt mit den Jungs zusammenzukommen und uns so gut wie möglich vorzubereiten auf Dänemark. Und werden mit Sicherheit eine gewisse Nervosität wird schon da sein gegen Dänemark dann. Aber sobald es losgeht, ist es dann, wie man so schön sagt, Business as usual.
Leon, Sie sind ja ein zurückhaltender und bescheidener Junge. Trotzdem, Sie sind einer der Superstars bei diesen Olympischen Spielen. Spüren Sie die Aufmerksamkeit im olympischen Dorf? Müssen Sie ständig Selfies machen?
Oh, nee, das ist alles okay. Bin diese Rolle ja einigermaßen gewöhnt aus Kanada und es sind so viele tolle Athleten hier, die mit denen man sich gerne austauscht und das eine oder andere Bild, das wurde natürlich schon gemacht, aber das macht man natürlich sehr gerne und bis jetzt fühle ich mich total wohl.
Es ist das beste olympische Eishockeyturnier aller Zeiten, sagt man, weil die NHL pausiert. Trotzdem, Stars oder ein Star macht noch kein Team. Worauf kommt es an für die deutsche Mannschaft?
Ja, absolut. Ich glaube, dass wir als Mannschaft einfach ganz, ganz schnell zusammenfinden müssen. Ist kein langes Turnier, von daher einfach als Mannschaft schnell zusammenkommen, wie gesagt, unsere Rollen sehr schnell akzeptieren und einfach alles reinwerfen, was wir haben. Und Deutschland ist schon immer über die Mannschaft gekommen, wir kommen über die Arbeit und das wird sich jetzt auch nicht ändern.
Wie haben Sie sich denn von Kanada aus vorbereitet? Ich meine, mit Kapitän Moritz Müller haben Sie sich schon mal getroffen und Freddy Tiffels kennen Sie auch sehr gut, die NHL-Jungs sowieso. Aber mussten Sie von Kanada aus schon noch mal genau hinschauen, wie spielt denn die deutsche Eishockey-Nationalmannschaft so?
Ja, wir haben natürlich schon ein bisschen uns drüber unterhalten, gar keine Frage. Und haben ja jetzt auch noch ein paar Tage, uns dann wirklich sehr, sehr gut vorzubereiten und das System und die neuen Jungs reinzubringen und sich an alles zu gewöhnen. Und wir haben noch ein paar Tage, freuen uns jetzt natürlich auf die nächsten paar Tage Training, die Trainingseinheiten, und dann geht es auch endlich los.
Die Favoriten, Leon, heißen Kanada, Finnland, die USA. Deutschland ist Weltranglisten Fünfter. Was können Sie bei diesem olympischen Turnier erreichen?
Ja, ich glaube, dass wir viel erreichen können. Ich glaube, dass wir eine super Mannschaft zusammen haben, enorm talentiert. Und ja, natürlich wissen wir, dass wir in gewissen Spielen nicht der Favorit sein werden, aber ich glaube, dass wir da schon einige Mannschaften ärgern können. Und ich glaube, mit dieser Einstellung müssen wir reingehen, und ich glaube, dann ist sehr viel möglich für uns.
Leon, eine letzte Frage noch für einen Freund aus Köln. Der will wissen, ob nach Ihrer NHL-Karriere es irgendwie möglich ist, dass Sie irgendwann Ihre Karriere bei den Kölner Haien beenden.
Die Möglichkeit besteht auf jeden Fall. Ich hoffe, dass ich jetzt noch ein paar Jahre vor mir habe in der NHL. Das ist auf jeden Fall der Plan. Und wenn der Körper dann mitspielt und ich Bock darauf habe, dann könnte ich mir das schon vorstellen. Aber mal schauen.
Jetzt erstmal Olympia. Wir wünschen viel Erfolg für den Start gegen Dänemark und ein gutes Turnier. Danke, Leon Dreiseitel.
Dankeschön. Vielen Dank.
Lauritsen brothers playing together here for Denmark. This one pushed ahead over to take it. Leon Gavanka for Germany. Set off the wall. Lucas Reichel. Big collision there as he went shoulder to shoulder with Oliver Lauritsen. This pass redirected up and off the glass. Stays in play. Heel on it. Lost it to Storm. Mo Seider had his man pinned, but able to slip away was Patrick Russell. And Denmark still trying to get themselves getting some sustained zone time and really threaten here as the play is offside and we get a whistle.
Germans are so structured and so disciplined that they're going to try to hold the blue line and make it very difficult on the Danes. And in the offensive zone, that's another look at the shot off the post from Mo Seider. He's got that quick release. He doesn't have to walk across the blue line to change the lane. But you saw from the traffic in front of Freddie Andersen, he picked that up way too late. By the time he did, the puck had rang off the post, and luckily for the Danish goaltender, it didn't go behind him.
Mo Seider having a great first season, or great first place season, I should say, with the Detroit Red Wings. He's got 7 goals in the NHL, the only German defenseman ever drafted in the first round. He was 6th overall in 2019 for Detroit.
His game's come a long way. When he first came to the National Hockey League, he was like a wild stallion, trying to do a little bit of everything. And like young players, they learn to evolve and mature, and he's learned that less is more. And it's making him much more of an effective player for the Detroit Red Wings.
A pretty good first season, too, when he came in and called the trophy, and he's only gotten better since then.
Not too shabby at all. And we're going to see in today's game versus the Danes, I'm sure he's going to want to activate and get up the ice like he does all the time for the Detroit Red Wings, adding another layer to try to make it hard for the Danes to contend and defend in the defensive zone.
Denmark making their second Olympic appearance. They finished 7th in Beijing. Seider trying to keep it away from Ehlers. Shoots off the wall, but pinching in was Philip Krugisser. Sent behind the net, Oliver Bjorkstrand of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Quick center puck there, and the crease bouncing around. A chance at it for Alexander True. He couldn't get it on goal. Now it comes close enough for Philip Grubauer to cover. Hard to imagine a better start for the Germans. They score in the opening shift. Leon Draisaitl has Germany up 1 over Denmark. Hard to imagine a better start for the Germans. They score in the opening shift. Leon Draisaitl has Germany up 1 over Denmark early in the first. Can be made. This is the best German team ever. Leon Draisaitl, the best German player ever. But as Mo Seider pointed out, while they have the best German team ever, all the other countries have their best players available for them too.
Yeah, you got to try to come together as quickly as possible. And we'll see another look at that goal that just happened. Leon Draisaitl with the great hand-eye coordination, deflecting that pass. I'm sure Freddie Andersen wasn't expecting it. The puck goes under his wing, but he's a perfect example of why this might be the best German team we've seen ever. Because Draisaitl's leading the charge. You need to have strong, quality forwards up front. You need to have that horse in the back end. And Mo Seider is exactly that, driving play and driving the offensive play, too. Defensive play, excuse me.
One-timer goes wide. Denmark able to hold it in the zone. Played across from Oliver Bjorkstrand, but wrestled away. And Josh Szymanski, Draisaitl's teammate in Edmonton, is being called up right before the Olympic break. Wears 44 for the Germans. Mo Seider trying to wrestle that puck free, and here is Draisaitl to Szymanski. Szymanski hands off for Draisaitl. And Szymanski in on the forecheck will keep moving. Tiffels will pick up that loose puck, hand it off for Draisaitl. Tiffels shoots, and a blocker save made by Anderson. Quickly on that loose puck was Lucas Kelba. Centering feed Szymanski. Hands back off for Draisaitl. All the way through. Kelba. His shot stopped by Anderson from the angle. And Denmark can take a breath here.
We're seeing some early chemistry, Berkey, between Frederick Tiffels and Leon Draisaitl. Tiffels is smart. He understands that when Draisaitl has the puck, get open. Don't crowd the big fella and bring the Danes to you. Find an open spot, and Leon Draisaitl, more often than not, is going to find you with a nice pass.
I wonder, though, for two guys who don't necessarily play in the National Hockey League, if there isn't that instinct to defer to Draisaitl.
There definitely is, and rightfully so. But he's the kind of player that makes players better around him. So even if you're trying to defer to him, he'll find a way to get the puck back to you in a good place where you can make something happen offensively.
Deferring to him's not necessarily a problem. It just might be something to adjust to. Right. Almost 8 minutes gone here in the first period. Germany with a 1-0 lead over Denmark. 7 active players on the German roster, 11 total with NHL experience. Led by Leon Draisaitl, Mo Snyder, and Tim Stützle. This puck comes through, and a save from Grubauer. His biggest test came off the stick of the former NHLer Patrick Russell.
First passes, Berkey, are so important leaving the defensive zone. And we saw an example of that just now. With Weissman making the poor first pass, Tobias Rieder can't pick it up on his skates, and the Danes are going back the other way, forcing Grubauer to make the save. But here's a look at Freddie Anderson, playing deep in his crease. He's a big fellow, 6'4", 6'5", so he's allowed to play deeper because he's got that body size that can cover more net and breaks down the angles.
Germany won the opening faceoff, came down and scored. Denmark has won the other 4 faceoffs that have happened in the hockey game. We've got an offensive zone draw here, and Draisaitl wins it for Germany. Oliver Bjorkstrand had it and lost it to Seider, and this puck will clear the zone. Oliver Lauritsen put that one on the board. It's a little mishandle there, and Germany's all over it. The pass redirected high up and into that netting. And we get a stoppage in play. 8.5 minutes gone by. Well, there is Frederick Tiffels, who was a 6th-round pick by Pittsburgh back in 2015. Never played in the National Hockey League, only played 1 season in North America. And it was split between the American Hockey League and the ECHL.
He's a smart offensive player, great offensive instincts. You can see why the coaching staff paired him with Leon Draisaitl, because you have to be able to think the game at a very high level. You're talking about deferring to Leon Draisaitl. He's showing enough instincts right now that he knows that he can make plays, but also get it to number 29, Leon Draisaitl, when the timing is right.
And 3 seasons at Western Michigan as well. Stützle one-hands this one along. Zahoviak couldn't get on through. Peterka will play it to the blue line. Cross now. Kelblo. Shot redirected away. Peterka keeps it moving for Stützle. It was cut off. Opportunity to exit for Lars Eller, former Stanley Cup champion for the Washington Capitals.
Look for more plays just like that from Team Germany. Keeping it simple on the blue line and floating pucks to the net with a lot of traffic.
Twisting and turning his way in was Ogard. Got it to the net, but it's calmly covered by Philipp Grubauer in goal for Germany.
Grubauer showing his patience. He's showing his maturity. He's showing his experience. Just slowing the play down. No need to keep that play moving. You got to get a whistle. That's fine. Let your team regroup and handle the defensive zone. But good puck protection. That's what I was talking about. Not playing the puck, not getting in harm's way. He understands that there's a little bit of pressure there from the Danes. Well, just slow it down and take your face off and live the fight another day.
6 saves already for Grubauer as that shot ricocheted away. Grubauer is having an incredible bounce-back season with the Seattle Kraken. Had just 8 wins last year, had the worst stats of his entire career, was sent down to the American Hockey League at points, but has come back at a strong NHL season. And starting in goal for Germany here at the Olympics.
Stanley Cup champion. And TJ Oshie, who works with us as well at NBC Sports, he's been ranting and raving about him as a teammate. And goaltenders, you never know. You leave goaltenders, let them be, because they're a position that's so independent of everything else that's happening. And he said Gruby's a great teammate, and you can see why guys like playing so hard in front of him.
Germany on the reset, making some changes. So Dominic Cahoon, former Chicago Blackhawk, among other things, is this one off behind the net for Lucas Kelblo. Halfway through the opening period here in Milan, it's Germany with a 1-0 lead over Denmark and a goal from Leon Draisaitl. Brendan Burke and Anson Carter, happy you're with us here today. Pass deflected towards the net, pushed just wide by Bjorkstrand. And then Eel had it, lost it, takes a bump from Alexander True. Worked to the line, walked across. That shot hit the post. Philip Brugisser from long range found one in just to the right of Grubauer.
Brugisser taking a page out of Germany's book, not dusting it off the blue line, getting the puck off the stick as quickly as possible. That's where the secret to the success from scoring from back there and trying to catch the goaltender off guard.
Kept in by Szymanski. Rister just goes wide of the net. Oliver Lordson sent it around the wall. Ehlers couldn't handle it. That shot knocked down and cleared, but could be icing here against the Danes, and it will be. So we get an icing call and a face-off coming up on the other end.
Good pressure here from the Danes. That's what I was talking about, the shot from the point. No, all the traffic in front. There's no way. I can't see Grubauer, Berkey, so there's no way he can pick up that puck.
Now the German fans are out in force, but so are the Danes as well. This is the smaller of the two venues, Hockey 2, if you will, Milano Row Ice Hockey Arena. But the atmosphere fantastic inside both venues. That shot from Seider was partially blocked, and it's covered up by Freddie Anderson in net. The opening goal for Germany, and still the only one on the board. Halfway through the first. People of Germany having somebody like that draws the attention onto hockey, onto the NHL, helps grow that sport in the country.
It gives you hope. That's what it does. It gives you a player that could play at the highest level, one of the best players back in North America, and it gives you a chance thinking that, hey, we could play against these guys. You know, so many times when I used to play against Germany back in the day, it's an automatic 10-0 win. With players like Leon Draisaitl and Timmy Stützle, there's always a chance for that team like that to upset the superpowers in the game.
That was Stützle and Peterka just outside the goal crease, unable to get that one through, and it's Denmark in transition the other way. Quick shot, that one goes high. Maybe Grubauer got a piece on the shot from Frederick Storm, and Germany able to clear, but it's icing. Well, just to follow up that point, Anson, the guy who is being credited with changing a lot in this German program is the current head coach of the Boston Bruins in Marco Sturm, who said it's no longer acceptable to take a 10-0 loss to a team like Canada. We think we can compete with them.
And remember, he coached back the previous Olympics. And talking to Stormy back in the day, he would always rant and rave saying, I want to bring the NHL mentality to Team Germany. You know what we've had in place is not good enough. Just playing against these guys isn't good enough. We want to compete and we want to beat these teams. And you're seeing it the way they've actually been playing the World Championships, and you're seeing it in today's game. There's not an expectation just to compete. The expectation now is to try to win hockey games.
Silver for Germany in 2018 was their first medal since a bronze in 1976. Germany gets the puck in here, but Denmark has 7 of the game's first 10 shots, 7 stops for Philip Grubauer. The only goal came on the very first shot from Leon Draisaitl. Leon Gavanka D-Man weaves his way to center ice and is able to get this deep for Germany. Bjorkstrand charging ahead. He's got True with him. He'll send this one around the back of the net. True in pursuit. Pushed out near the line and across it from Dominic Cahoon. And here's Reichel with a step to the outside. Reichel, short side shot, shut off by Freddie Anderson.
Really nice save there from Freddie Anderson. Patient, didn't go down prematurely, and didn't give Reichel much to shoot at.
Reichel has played 19 games with Vancouver this season. This one sent off the glass, picked up here by Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers to the blue line. That's for Jensen Obo. Ehlers centering feed and score! Oscar Fisker Molgaard off the setup from Nikolai Ehlers. And Denmark has tied it here in the first.
What a play by Fisker Molgaard. But Nick Ehlers makes the play out of the corner. See the Danes work the puck from high to low, get it across the blue paint there, and Grubauer has no chance making that save. I mean, heads up play, go hard to the blue paint. Samansky can't defend the forward goal in the front of the net. And you can see Grubauer just trying to get that with his left pad. It goes underneath his pad. And Molgaard is credited with the first goal of the game for Team Denmark.
Oscar Fisker Molgaard, who plays for the Seattle Kraken. So Grubauer's teammate gets the first goal against him here today.
You could say that Oscar Fisker Molgaard's getting things cracking.
You could say that.
For the Danes.
20 years old, made his NHL debut in November. Has only played 3 games in the NHL this season, but this is just the beginning of the career for Oscar Fisker Molgaard.
And they've got some good young players there in Seattle. They haven't really popped yet, but they have some good young players there in that organization that need to take that next step offensively. They're working hard, they're battling, they're in the playoff mix so far this regular season. And Oscar Fisker Molgaard is a player that they need to take that step to help them offensively.
Goal scored by Fisker Molgaard, assisted by Nikolai Ehlers and Jesper Jensen Obo at the 13:09 mark of the first period. There's a goal on the opening shift for Germany. Kind of settled into a pretty even game after that, and now Denmark has tied it up.
Well, there's a heads-up play there from Nick Ehlers. If you're left shot in the right corner, you're naturally facing the net with your back against the wall. So the whole ice was exposed to him. That's why he was able to see his man going right to that blue paint. If he's a right-handed shot, Berkey, he'd be on his backhand. There's no way he could see Fisker Molgaard going the front of the net the way he did.
There's a big pop at center ice as Toby Reeder got knocked down. He'll head off. Stretch pass off target and will travel down for an icing call. Well, so much of the attention for Germany is going to be on Leon Draisaitl.
You want to punish him. You want to get in his way. Make life difficult for him. It's not going to be a walk in the park. You want to make sure that you don't take any penalties first and foremost, but get in front of his way. Don't allow him to pick up a head of steam, because once he gets going, it's like trying to stop a boulder going downhill. It's almost impossible.
Shot clock came around. Chance to get it to the net for Nicholas Jensen. Then it's back out to center ice for Denmark. Coming up on 5 minutes to play here in the opening period. Stutzla, he takes a hard hit and goes down to the ice in a heap. This one left off. Wagner's shot never made it. Penalty here on that play coming up against Denmark. The extra attacker on as Peterka sets up Seider. Draisaitl got it through for Wagner. Now Seider straight away. Draisaitl down to the goal line. Stutzla. Draisaitl, a little preview of the power play for Germany. He'll drop it off for Draisaitl. Feeds Stutzla, skates to stick, tried to go to the interior. There's the touch and a tripping call against Denmark. Lars Eller will head to the penalty box, and an opportunity for Germany for the game's first power play here late in the first.
You know, we're talking about being physical and Draisaitl making life difficult on him. It seems like Denmark wants to do exactly the same thing to Timmy Stutzla too. He's a creative player, plays well, a lot of time and space is given to him, but you have to be smart about it. You can't take, especially neutral zone penalties too. If you're going to take a penalty, make sure you take that penalty in the defensive zone and make them pay. We'll get a little flashback to Denmark making things happen in the offensive zone. Back to that goal. You see his butt's up against the wall there. Nick Ehlers. Fisker Molgaard is going hard at that blue paint, but smart heads-up play there from Nick Ehlers. He gave it that pass with enough velocity on it, and Molgaard didn't get enough on it. Just got enough to get it under the pad of Grubauer. But you got to go to the net to make things happen. And great one-on-one battle there from Oscar Fisker Molgaard, winning that battle in front, and the recipient of that great pass from Nick Ehlers.
Nick Ehlers, who had a slow start in his first season in Carolina, but starting to find his footing. He's got 43 points in 57 games for the Hurricanes. And two of the guys that we thought would be involved in the scoring, and Draisaitl and Ehlers both are in this first period, and Oscar Fisker Molgaard has the goal.
It's a great sign for both these teams that their NHL players are looking to lead the charge offensively, have gotten off to a good start. And I can tell you, as a player, once you get your touches early, you start getting your cookies early, you feel better about your game. The longer both these players go without getting any points, it affects their confidence. There's a look at Lars Eller taking down Tim Stützle. Timmy Stützle looks back at him saying, "What are you thinking?" And now you've got the team Germany back on the power play. I want to see them work their magic. Everything's going to go through number 29 here, Leon Draisaitl. I think they'll probably work the puck around, look to get a shot from the point, and Mo Seider will look to use that big shot in the back end, number 53, right here at the puck.
Germany on the power play in a 1-1 score as that one from Draisaitl fought off by Anderson. First game of the tournament for both Germany and Denmark. Group C play, same group the United States is playing in this Olympic tournament.
You've got to be on your toes, and Leon Draisaitl has that puck. He thought he could get a little cheeky around the net with a short side shelf, but Freddie Anderson was up to the task, defending that puck out of the way, short side of his net.
Stützle all the way around. Seider will tap this one off into the corner. J.J. Peterka, the Utah Mammoth, up the wall. Draisaitl for Seider. Snap back and forth with Stützle and Seider. They wanted that seam pass. It was deflected on its way to Draisaitl. They fight for the puck. Still it's Germany. Stützle, Draisaitl called for it, gets it, put it to the net. That one was blocked. Second try blocked again. From his knees, Peterka keeps it alive. Germany with some pace to move the puck around on the power play. Stützle got that one through, but a little air underneath it and jumped the stick of Seider.
Smart plays there from Danes. Getting sticks in passing lanes, blocking shots. That's textbook penalty kill action. Not allowing the Germans to go through seams, because once you go through the seam, the puck goes east to west, and it makes it extremely difficult for your netminder to make those saves.
Denmark gets it cleared again. 35 seconds left on the power play, and a battle for the puck behind the net. Nicholas Olsson giving a rough ride there to Kais Visman. Dropped off and a chance to skate for Dominic Cahoon. And Lucas Reichel working together, 5-on-5, and here on the power play, but only 15 seconds left on it. Tobias Reeder can't keep it in, and Denmark looks like they're going to survive their first penalty kill.
You need way more speed. Kai Visman needs to come up the ice with a lot more tempo and speed for the Germans to try to back the Danes off the blue line.
No official shots on goal on that power play for Germany. That's now over, but an open net and Freddie Anderson robbed Lucas Reichel.
Highway robbery. Highway robbery on that save by Freddie Anderson.
Reichel looked like he had the whole net to shoot at. Now came the blocker of Anderson. Still a 1-1 score with 2 minutes to go. Puck still in the offensive zone for Germany. Dominic Cahoon wrestled off the puck, backhanded towards the goal, but just kicked out of danger by Marcus Lauritsen. But the pressure still coming from the Germans.
Yeah, that save there was a perfect example of why forwards in the offensive zone want to play your off wing, meaning right-handed shots play on the left-hand side. Lucas Reichel was a left-handed shot on the left side, so he just settled that puck down and try to shoot that puck back against the grain. He gets a right-handed shot, he could one-time that in the back of the net, and the goaltender wouldn't have had a chance to stop that puck.
Setkov sends it towards the blue line. It kicked over to Ehlers. Ehlers to the net, and it just misfired. Alexander True with a great opportunity, but could not get it on net.
Nick Ehlers working his magic once again, attacking the offensive zone, showing off his offense ability, making that backhand pass, and Alexander True going hard to the blue paint isn't able to capitalize. Look at that pass. That had a lot of steam and a lot of mustard on it, and I'm sure Alex True is not going to be very happy about this. He'll probably have a sleepless night thinking about this, because if he hits the net, that's a sure goal. But Grubauer, give him a lot of credit. Strong push going left to right, taking away the top half of the net, forcing True to shoot it over the net and out of play.
Alexander True spent 10 years playing in the United States, including 3 seasons in the Western League with Seattle, was actually Seattle's expansion pick from the San Jose Sharks. Played 27 games in the National Hockey League over 3 seasons. He's getting the opportunity with Nick Ehlers in this one. Coming up on the final minute of the first. Puck stuck against the boards. Neal moves it out of the pile. Ryder's pass blocked on its way out of the zone, but Germany able to recover enough to force it ahead, but it's turned right back around. Into the zone, Bjorkstrand. Olesen driving into the post, and then he was driven into the post. The net is off. We may have a penalty here, but Nick Olesen, good to see him get up and skate away after he got a face full of crossbar.
Ooh. Strong drive from Nick Olsen. Going hard to the blue paint, going on the outside. Left-handed shot, going down the right wing. He's trying to get the puck on the inside of the ice. And give him a lot of credit. That takes a lot of courage going hard to the blue paint the way he did. And there's Freddie Anderson not giving up that short side, which you want your goalie to do. And he activates that stick, poking the puck away.
Looks like he may have avoided the post with his face, but then got a little bit of Mo Seider's stick on the way down.
He did. I thought he ate the post there, actually. So lucky for him. That nice to see him get up and skate away.
That was Mikael Ögård driving the net. One of 7 players in the Olympics playing in the Swedish Hockey League. So many of the Swedish Olympians are playing in the National Hockey League. So actually all of the Swedish Olympians are playing in the National Hockey League. So not a lot of the Swedish Hockey League represented.
And the NHL is the best league in the world by far. The Swedish Elite League, Finnish Elite League, Swiss Elite League. Those leagues are slowly closing the gap with the National Hockey League, the way they develop their players. But make no mistake about it, NHL is still the dominant league in the world.
It's great for the game of hockey, and so is a tournament like this. 30 seconds to go in the period. Some speed across the line for Ögård. The drop pass. Long shot comes in past the net. 20 seconds to go, and Germany on the rush. Big spinner on the pass from Draisaitl, stolen away. Denmark pressuring again. Mr. Molgaard's shot knocked away by Grubauer. This one around the boards, cut off. Brought a little bit deeper by Jensen Obo. Draisaitl with 2. He'll pin it to the boards. Take a hit from Storm, and the period comes to a close. Pretty entertaining, fast-paced first period that is an even 1-1 draw after 1. Leon Draisaitl, Oscar Fisker Molgaard, the goal scorers, as Germany and Denmark all even after the first in Milan.
On Kastenberg. Penalty coming up against Latvia. Delayed call. Kastenberg's going to get it. Shot by Faber, missed the net. Puck sent around by Slavin. Here's Eichel just off the bench. Extra attacker for Team USA. Now Faber. Here's Austin Matthews. Slides it across. Eichel looking to get it through to Gensel. He was tied up. Now Matthews. Here's Gensel. Back up the boards. Faber. Boldy. For Matthews. Austin Matthews' shot gets blocked. The touch is made, and now the United States will head to the game's first power play. Brady Tkachuk opened the scoring 5.5 minutes in, and then Krastenberg's tied it for Latvia.
When it came to updating our most capable SUV, we made every detail, every curve, every function outshine all. Because that's how you go from great to greater. The all-new Telluride X Pro is ready.
Kia, movement that inspires.
This is Connor. And this is the moment he realized he should have brought his visa. Because no one is more accepted. The only card accepted at the Winter Games.
I'm just a guy, but when my Bosch fridge keeps my food fresh longer with VitaFresh, I feel like Guy.
With food that stays fresh longer, the more you Bosch,
Man, that's fresh.
the more you feel like a Bosch.
Coming up, today's intermission report brought to you by Pokemon. TJ Oshie will discuss Canada's win over Czechia earlier today. We take you back to the only prior meeting between the United States and Latvia, 2006 in Torino. Greg Conroy gave the United States a 2-0 lead, but Latvia would score the next 3 goals. And then Jordan Leopold tied it for Team USA. Artur Zerbe, longtime NHL goaltender, outstanding, 39 saves. Finished 3-3. Who played in that game? Keith Tkachuk,
a.k.a. Big Walt.
Power play for the United States. Puck sent down low to Tage Thompson. Thompson with Eichel, Matthew Tkachuk, Austin Matthews, and Quinn Hughes. Eichel looking to set up Matthew Tkachuk. Puck kept alive by Hughes.
Eichel's got to shoot the puck, open up that lane there if he wants it.
Now here's Eichel. Out to Quinn Hughes. Hughes with a shot. Save made by Versleekens. Puck is fired around and down into the United States zone with 40 seconds gone on the Krastenberg's holding minor.
That was Balinskis that made that play. That was a heck of a play. Everybody thought he was going to go up that short side, but he went the long way and cleared it all the way down.
Puck deflected in by Thompson. Quinn Hughes down low. Battling for the puck with Zila. Puck set up the boards, and it's cleared by Teddy Bluger of the Vancouver Canucks. Under a minute to go on the power play. Fresh skaters on the ice for the United States. Jack Hughes off the bench. Brady Tkachuk, Jake Gensel. There's Matt Boldy. Zach Werenski. Brady Tkachuk deflects back out onto the stick of Werenski. And advantage for Team USA. Werenski fires, and that was blocked. Getting a stick on it was Joe Mattis, number 22. Now Brady Tkachuk out for Boldy, looking for the stick of Gensel. Work back out to the point, Werenski. Now Jack Hughes. Gensel shoots, saved by Versleekens. And Latvia clears the puck down ice. Zila fired it into the United States zone. Penalty time winding down. Pass is picked off and sent down ice by Botna. 2 shots on the power play for the United States as Krastenberg makes his return. Tied at 1, United States with 2 goals disallowed on challenges by the Latvia coaching staff. Now Vincent Trocheck of the New York Rangers. Brock Nelson shoots off the post. He hit the post behind Versleekens. Boy, how about Brock Nelson in his first period? The offside on the first challenge. The goal taken away on the second challenge, and now he hits a post.
Well, somebody says things happen in threes. Well, he's already hit that in the first period. And speaking of 3.
Howard Smith's number 3. Speaking of Brock Nelson, family members on both gold medal winning teams for the United States back in 1960 and again in 80.
That's great karma there.
We'll get more into that throughout this tournament. Here's Connor. Tage Thompson shot blocked, and it winds up in the netting.
Brock Nelson, we had a chance to visit with him the other day, and Avalanche, and playing very well for head coach Jared Bednar, and there he moves that puck, pulls it in, and goes short side on Versleekens, right off that short side post.
And we talk about it so often, Enzo, don't we? When you get the goaltender moving to shoot it back against the grain, very difficult for the goaltender to readjust. Leakin's fortunate that was posting out. United States wins the draw. Final minute of the period. Here's Kyle Connor. Connor setting up behind the Latvia net. Now comes out with it. Thompson's shot, and that's handled by Leakin.
This line has had some good chemistry here for Mike Sullivan and Team USA. Dylan Larkin in the middle. Tage Thompson and Kyle Connor on either side.
Thompson, a guy who did not play in the Four Nations last year, was left off the team. One of those guys that can really shoot the puck, and he's had several shot attempts in this first period that were blocked. That one on net, but I suspect that he's going to be a big performer in these Olympics for USA.
Played extremely well in the World Championships.
Got by Brady Tkachuk, turned aside, and then off the bar on the rebound attempt. Puck comes across, and a save by Leakin's on Eichel. So now 2 posts or crossbars, 2 disallowed goals. Teddy Bluger with the puck for Latvia. Into the United States zone. Velinskis heading for the net. Down to 10 seconds. Bluger keeps the puck alive for Latvia. Velinskis shoots. Turned aside by Hellebuck. Hellebuck covers. Down to 3 and 2/10 seconds on the clock.
Eichel wins to Brady, and then the chance by Tkachuk. Look at Eichel and Matthew Tkachuk's reaction. They both think it's in. And then there's that chance by Nelson. The more we watch it, Bush, the bigger the dent's going to get.
First period comes to an end. Here in Milan, a 1-1 game. Brady Tkachuk opened the scoring for Team USA. They thought they had 2 other goals, but both plays were challenged. A post, another, and a tie game after 20 minutes.
My favorite?
My favorite's the one that's got jet black hair.
He's extremely fast.
Limitless.
So cute. She has a 12-octave vocal range.
Can be calm.
Powerful.
Estilo como yo.
닮기도 한 것 같아갖고. He would improvise on the spot.
Just always finds a way to make it funny.
We both have very fast
moves.
And can change the world using its mind.
Jigglypuff is my favorite. Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff.
Every single time you met a new Pokemon, it felt like you met a new part of yourself.
He likes to sleep. Just like me.
뭔가 여러 모습으로 변할 수 있는 모습도.
Sí, tiene muchas formas de superar a sus oponentes.
Como mischievous, pero su love language.
Sa loyauté, sa rapidité.
She uses her voice to protect herself.
There's home, you know? Totally.
That's why I love it.
My favorite is Eevee.
Mi favorito es Figa.
Arcanine. Jigglypuff.
So what's your favorite?
Red Gerard won gold for Team USA at just 17. Now he's back.
I'll spin it, dude.
With a triple board 1440, it makes it look easy.
Style is how I show the world who I am. TJ Maxx, I can feel confident wherever I go. The rink was my runway, but now I'm so much more. TJ Maxx. Maxx what makes you, you.
When you take a shower, where does your shower take you? Anthem Plus Smart Showering. Only from Kohler.
Dear America, at JP Morgan Chase, we believe the greatest investment we've ever made is in you. So now through our Security and Resiliency Initiative, we're putting $1.5 trillion into helping strengthen the energy grids and supply chains that drive ambition, the manufacturing that builds legacy, the AI and quantum computing that creates progress, and the defense and cybersecurity that protects it all. Because we know when we invest in America, the returns are limitless.
Today's intermission report is brought to you by Pokemon.
It was Brady Tkachuk playing for the Ottawa Senators in the NHL, but playing for Team USA right now, scoring the Americans' first goal of the tournament. A frustrating first period, though, for Tkachuk and Team USA, 1-1 after the first period. Hey, everybody, I'm Lindsay Zarniak. Let's welcome in Stanley Cup champion TJ Oshie, who played as a member of the 2014 U.S. men's Olympic team in Sochi. We're going to get to the highlights, but a quick thought from you on this first period.
I thought the U.S. did a great job controlling the puck. I thought Latvia had a couple moments of momentum built from some good calls by the video coaches in the back room.
On the back end of this, but here we go, right to it. And today's first period highlights brought to you by Pokemon. Team USA playing its first game in Milan. They got off to a quick start. TJ, first period, Brady Tkachuk with some brotherly love.
Yeah, you love seeing it. Matthew Tkachuk to Brady Tkachuk, a good job creating some space in the middle there. Brady goes under the glove, off the bar times. And then it looks like a bouncing puck on Boldy here, and it just kind of creates a scrum in front of the net. And sure enough, Krasenberg jumps on it and throws in the back of the net. A little momentum after a no goal call right before that.
And so now we're at a 1-1 tie off of the Renards Krasenberg's goal. And then later in the first period for goalie interference. How surprising was that?
Yeah, it's hard. It looks like there's a little bit of there's a different rule in international play when it comes to goaltender interference. I'm sure the NHL guys maybe think of it, but you're used to being in a certain spot to tip pucks. And it looks like JT Miller got a little too close there.
All right, so right now we're in a 1-1 tie. You said it, though. You thought offensive D was going to be a story of this game. Tell me more about that.
Absolutely. I love the offense on the back end for the U.S. team. You got Quinn Hughes, Brock Faber, and look at Zach Werenski here. How he turns back. He almost tricks the Latvian team with his deception, has him go for a change, does a quick up to Matthew Tkachuk. There's the brotherly love to Brady. And here it is right here. Gets his head up, finds Matthew. I feel like those guys probably are on the same page without even looking. And Brady puts it home. I just love this celebration right here.
So on the flip side, why do you think Latvia is able to play them?
Come home, get a hero's welcome, 40, 50,000 people in Riga waiting for them. Everything, fire trucks, you know, the hose is going off. And we have 17 players from that team that are on this roster here tonight.
Wow.
And so you can feel that pride and how much they love their country being behind them.
All right, much more to come. Coming up, we're going to hear from Team USA's first period goal scorer, Brady Tkachuk. Stay with us. Much more to come here on USA Network.
Getting set for the start of the second period between Denmark and Germany here in Group C play on the first day of the men's ice hockey tournament. Brendan Burke, Anson Carter with you for this one. Leon Draisaitl scoring 23 seconds into the first period. Oscar Fisker-Molgaard scoring at 13:09 in what was pretty evenly played first period.
Yeah, pretty much what we expected. And coming to this game, I thought we were expecting the NHL players on both these squads to lead the charge, and that's what we saw. Nick Ehlers made the play out of the corner, and then you saw Leon Draisaitl driving hard to start this hockey game for Team Germany. I think we expect to see a lot of that same kind of play from those NHL guys leading the charge for these countries.
12 teams participating in the men's hockey tournament. 3 groups of 4 teams. This is Group C, which is U.S., Denmark, Latvia, and Germany. They'll all play each other. The top division or the top group winners will all automatically advance to the quarterfinals, as well as the next best team that didn't win their group. And then the other 8 teams will play in a playoff round to bid for the quarterfinals. So you're guaranteed 4 games here at the tournament. It's a short tournament. Every game matters.
Every game certainly matters. And unlike the Four Nations tournament, I talked to Team Sweden's general manager, Joseph Boumediene, and he told me that he feels like there's more time to evaluate your team. Even though it's a short tournament, the Four Nations felt kind of rushed for them. So you're going to see these teams get better as the tournament goes on, but that doesn't take away from the pressure they will both feel with every single game.
Shots were 8-5 Denmark in the first period. Germany had the only power play. Did not score on it, did not register a shot on it. As Philip Grubauer tested for the first time here in the second period. Philip Grubauer, Freddie Anderson, our NHL goalie matchup here in this one. As J.J. Peterka streaks on in, loads up a shot but missed it wide. Coming around and right out of his zone past former Vancouver Canuck and New York Ranger Nicholas Jensen. Mo Seider, plenty of time here with the Danes making a change. And Germany, former shot Tim Stutzla. They will transition ahead. It's Alexander True. Cross ice. Bjorkstrand teed one up, and that one sticks to the chest of Philip Grubauer.
Smart heads up play there by Alexander True, getting it to Oliver Bjorkstrand. His strength is his shot. The guy's got a cannon coming down the wing, and watch for him to try to unload that shot as often as he can in this hockey game.
Warning issued on the faceoff for Alexander True. The rule books are almost identical these days between the IIHF rule book and that of the National Hockey League. There are a couple of subtle differences. One is the faceoffs. You're going to see that. If you're used to the NHL game, they usually warn players after an icing, and they warn them all the time here. You get one warning, that's it. We don't kick anybody out of the faceoffs. You're going to take the faceoff. Let's get it together.
You got to be on your P's and Q's. You got to really pay attention to details. Faceoffs are so important. The game can be won or lost from faceoff plays. And I think the players all realize the importance of every single draw, because every moment in these Olympic Games will be critical to a team's success.
Draisaitl will try to get it to the net. Tiffles tipped it on goal, and it's covered up by Freddie Anderson. Nikolai Ehlers has to get himself back up off the ice.
Frederick Tiffles isn't afraid to go to that blue paint area. He goes back to playing with a guy like Leon Draisaitl. You know he's going to get the puck there, so it makes sense to get there yourself. And Nick Ehlers is expected to really drive the offense. Nick Ehlers' dad was a coach for the Danes in the past, so he's got that lineage going through his blood, hockey royalty there in Denmark. And he made a great play in the first period in that first goal by the Danes.
Listen, there are certain teams that qualify, certain nations that qualify for the Olympics based on what they do with the World Championships and the rankings. There are some that have to play their way in Olympic qualifying tournaments. Denmark is one of those, and Nikolai Ehlers put the team on his back in the qualifying tournament to get them here to Milan. This puck sprays up over the glass and out of play.
He was incredible, and he's an NHL player, so you know he's proud. He's playing against players that he plays in night out in North America. So he's not going to use this as an excuse. He's going to want to put his best skate forward and show his fellow countrymen exactly what it takes to play this game at the highest level.
Yeah, Ehlers got him in 22 in Beijing for their first ever Olympics. He had 9 points in that tournament, 5 goals, led all players, and said, the Danes are going to Beijing.
Yeah, his speed is incredible. The Winnipeg Jets, the National Hockey League, are missing his speed, and it's a nice addition for the Carolina Hurricanes because he's able to drive a lot of offense and push defensemen back when he's attacking the offensive blue line with that speed and that pace that he plays with.
That's why it's so special for some of these players that have been unable to go for the last couple of Olympics because they've been playing in the NHL. Doesn't mean they haven't helped them qualify. They go in the summer, they use their time, they help their countries get into the Olympics. Haven't been able to see it all the way through. Now this time they can.
And there's something to be said about putting on that jersey from your country. There's pressure playing for your respective city in North America, but when you're putting on your country's colors, you know that you have your school teacher from elementary, your buddies you grew up with, casual hockey fans, they're all tuning in and they want to see how you're representing them in the Olympics.
Grubauer making the save on the shot from Setkov, who's actually the only injury replacement on this roster. They decided to take an extra defenseman in Setkov for Denmark. He replaced Jonas Ronberg of the Vegas Golden Knights on this Danish roster. 25-man roster for this Olympic tournament. This puck sent to the line, and the shot was blocked, and a chance to skate ahead. Could be a breakaway here, but it's just out of the reach of Reeder. Catches up to it along the goal line. Still in possession of the puck. Reeder to the crease off a couple of skates. Loose just outside the crease. And there was Freddie Anderson who poked it away and got ready for a rebound shot. Lars Eller will charge in left side. Eller hits the brakes. Sends this one on for Jensen. Right across the ice. Eller will pick it up on the other side. Twisted behind the net. Nick Jensen's pass. Blickfeld took a chop there. Play continues on as Kai Visman will elevate this one out of the zone.
I feel it's going to take a special teams moment, Berkey, to break this game open. Both these teams are disciplined. You always have 5 or 4 players back defending in the defensive zone. They're not going to give you anything. They both each scored a goal, and now it's going to take a special player like Leon Draisaitl or a special teams play on the power play to, I think, get that next goal.
Draisaitl on the ice right now for Germany. A hit delivered right in front of the Danish bench that has him up in arms, and now it's Draisaitl moving in, dips the shoulder, shot, and a save made by Anderson. He got that forehand away, and a great stop from Freddie Anderson to keep this game tied.
And here's the emotion that you see in NHL games. Guys not giving an inch, not backing up, and Leon Draisaitl showing off that skill, letting you see why it's so beneficial being a left-handed shot going down the right side, because the blade of your stick is on the interior part of the ice. That increases your shooting area. As you see the block shot, chip ahead.
It was Nico Sturm who made that play.
Great diving play, second effort to get the puck out of harm's way. Reichel fires the puck at the blue paint. You always want to go there because you never know. The puck could go off of your skates, the other team's skates. You just never know. And that's the play I was talking about right there. Leon Draisaitl trying to go above the pad under the blocker. But if he's a right-handed shot, he doesn't have that same shooting angle. Because he's a left-handed shot, the puck's on the inside of the dots, and that increases his chances to score because he's got a much better shooting angle on the goaltender.
2 glove punches exchanged, no penalties on the play.
We call those stinky gloves in hockey. Why we call them stinky gloves? Because the trainers dry those leather gloves. They don't smell very good.
They don't. Don't shake hands with players after practice. I'll tell you that.
Not at all.
After it comes to Hobiak. Center scores! Germany takes a 2-1 lead as Tim Stützle has his first Olympic goal.
How many times have we watched Timmy Stützle shoot pucks to the Ottawa Senators off one leg, off his knee, off his rear end, just doing whatever he can to create as much leverage as possible to get the puck past the goaltender. JT Peterka with the speed come the neutral zone, and you're seeing Stahoviak with the play in the corner, getting the puck back to Peterka, and there's Stützle using that offensive ability. He doesn't stay down and get caught up in all the traffic in front. He pops out and makes himself available, buys himself some time and space, and like I said about Draisaitl being the left-handed shot on the other side, he's able to one-time the shot because his stick, again, is on the inside of the ice. So he's able to shoot that puck right away and not stop it and dust it off.
Tim Stützle, just 24 years old, already the 4th highest scoring German in NHL history. And he has the go-ahead goal here in the early stages of the second period. He has turned into a superstar for the Ottawa Senators. Sandwich there. Germany able to get on that puck quickly. And Michaelis moves it over. Reichel takes a hit. Lauritsen dealing with the pressure from Cahoon. And Denmark able to clear it down, but the puck caught an edge and continues to roll down for an icing call against Denmark.
There's Timmy Stützle sitting on the bench. such a dynamic offensive player. Great speed, tremendous agility, advancing the puck going north. First he's behind the net looking for support. Then he pops out and makes himself available. Nicholas Jensen's can't cover and take away his time and space in front of the net. And Stützle, like a lot of great offensive players, creates that time and space for himself, and he shoots that puck in a one-timer, Burke. If he stops that puck, Freddie Anderson has a chance to come out and telescope from the net. Shoots that puck one-timer, and Freddie Anderson is stuck back on his heels in the blue paint, and Timmy Stützle is able to score a goal.
Stützle from Peterka and Stahoviak at the 4:20 mark has Germany up a goal. Draisaitl in the first and Stützle in the second. Just like you thought it would be. Draisaitl protecting that puck all along the boards. He has a whole lot to handle as he hands off here for Tiffels. Now Draisaitl! He's a threat from anywhere, and he almost snuck that one through.
That's his office. When he plays for the Edmonton Oilers, you could always find Leon Draisaitl down in the offensive zone on the goal line. That might look like a bad shot to any other player in the National Hockey League. To Leon Draisaitl, that's his go-to shot from that bad angle.
Lars Eller cuts this one off right at the blue line. The other thing about Draisaitl, too, there are a lot of superstars with a lot of skills around the National Hockey League. But the package that his skill is in, the big frame that he has to go along with, it makes him a whole lot for defenders. That one kicked out by Anderson on a nice try from Peterka. Ehlers flips it across. True with a shot, and that one's swallowed up by Grubauer. And everybody pushing and shoving at the side of the net as Grubauer melts it down. Tim Stützle has given Germany a 2-1 lead. Six and a half gone by here in the second period. Without NHL players, Finland won gold in Beijing. In Pyeongchang in 2018, it was the Olympic athletes from Russia who won a gold medal defeating Germany, who surprised a lot of people, pulled off a massive upset over Canada, and a team led by Boston Bruins head coach Marco Sturm, and won a silver medal in Pyeongchang.
That was a gritty German team. That team battled. Coach Sturm really talked about 4 lines, 6 defensemen, and he wanted to bring that German work ethic to the table every single shift. And that team played hard, and that's how he coached. And you're looking at the way the Boston Bruins play today in the NHL, it's kind of a direct representation of that German team. They battle hard, they compete, They're in your face, and that's the way the coaching staff wants you to play. And he's pretty demanding. He's not going to let his foot off the gas. And the Bruins have actually, I think, played a lot better than a lot of people have expected because of the coaching behind the bench.
Germany unable to clear the puck out of the zone. Ogard for Denmark, kind of nudged off balance by Seider, but stays with it. Forced down to the end wall, one-handed around by Nick Olesen to the blue line. Brugesser's backhand. Backhanded to the front again, and Grubauer made the save in tight on Mikkel Ogard.
Heads-up play there from Patrick Brugesser on the blue line. Dancing the blue line, creating a shooting lane for himself, and getting the puck through. Nothing's worse for a forward than standing in front of the net, getting abused by the defenseman, and the puck not getting there. So I've got a great appreciation for defensemen that could just float the puck through. It doesn't have to be a hard shot. Just get it there. You never know. Go off a stick, a rear end, a skate. It could ricochet a broken play, and that broken play could lead to another scoring opportunity.
Denmark off the face-off. Quick shot right into the glove of Philip Grubauer. There you see Brugesser, who plays in the German Elite League, so familiar with a lot of players on the other side of things playing in the DEL.
And you know he's got an axe to grind with some of those guys that he sees night in and night out. Yep. And I'm sure a lot of pride is on the line because when they go back, there'll be a lot of trash talking depending on the outcome of this hockey game.
This one deflected up into the crowd. He's playing in his second Olympics as well. As again, we were focused on a lot of the NHL players, and Lucas Reichel being one of them playing for Vancouver, but without NHL players, so many of these guys have been here before, and maybe they have a chance to show the ropes to some of the guys who are making their first appearance.
Yeah, the Danes, the Swiss, look at the Slovaks. I really believe that an Olympic experience, whether you're an NHL player or not, will play a big factor with the teams that you don't really expect to challenge for gold, because those players won't be intimidated of the Olympic moment.
Germany advancing this puck. It's Wisman up ahead. Reichel forced it in deep, and it's quickly cleared out by Brugesser. They went through everybody and all the way down for another icing call as things have started to slow down here in the second period after what was a lightning quick first.
Berkey, you hear the whistles after a play. They boo in Europe instead of cheering you. I mean, they whistle, instead of booing you. And the first time I played in international competition, I heard the whistles. I was like, oh, they think I'm good looking? They're whistling at me? But my teammates quickly told me that, no, they're booing you.
It's the opposite.
It's the total opposite. So I went from smiling to being pretty upset about it.
Saying, I got to learn how to whistle.
Exactly.
The whistle back of this puck stuck there along the boards. Fought for by Jonas Müller, playing in his third Olympics here for Germany. Long stretch pass goes too far, and yet another icing back and forth here between Denmark and Germany.
Take a look at Lars Eller on the bench. Good, strong two-way forward. Stanley Cup champion. And he's another player that's looking to provide some leadership from Denmark. You know, you have a lot of guys that have a ton of experience playing the game at its highest level, so we're relying on Nick Ehlers Lars Eller, to lead the charge for them.
Lars Eller, the only Dane to ever win the Stanley Cup, did it in 2018 as the Washington Capitals. He's a first-round pick of the St. Louis Blues now in his 17th season in the NHL. That shot knocked down. Turnaround. Ehlers almost leaked through, but Grubauer has it secured.
Just goes to show you how much hockey has grown. You're talking about Nick Ehlers. You're talking about Leon Draisaitl, Timmy Stützle. These are all first-round picks. Top 5 draft picks. Mo Seider, another high draft pick for the Detroit Red Wings. Hockey has come a long ways globally, and it's great for the game. And you're watching these games being played right now. Yes, you've got your favorites, Team USA, Team Canada, Team Sweden, maybe even the Finns. But on any given day, one of these teams could upset the global superpowers in the game of hockey.
Of course, goalies change everything.
Everything. That's the X factor.
You get a hot goalie, you never know. Here's Nikolai Ehlers closing in. His shot glanced off the blocker of Grubauer and out of play. Boy, Nikolai Ehlers has been all over it here in this hockey game for Denmark.
And he has to be. You know, they don't have a ton of depth. offensively, a lot of creativity. The Danes work hard and they take advantage of their opportunities when they get them. So they're looking for players like Nick Ehlers to provide that offense. You see Philip Grubauer on his angle, just fighting that puck off and deflects the puck out of harm's way.
Philip Grubauer playing in his first Olympics. He helped Germany qualify for them in 2018, but then obviously didn't get to play in the games. Now he's representing his country here in Milan. Peterka had it and lost it. And then it's stolen away. Bogard into the skates, though, of Olofsson. And by the time he turned around, there were Germans all over him. Denmark reloading. Bogard dumped that one in. Looks like it may have hit somebody on the bench, but play continues. Anderson won't come out of the net here, and so Germany in a foot race, and they got there first. Got taken down by Jensen Obo, and then the puck is iced by Denmark.
Timmy Stützle's not afraid to be first on pucks. He's got great speed, really explosive, tons of courage. See the race here, the foot race into the corner. Loses an edge, goes into the boards. So that's not going to deter Timmy Stützle. That's what makes him just a great hockey player. His tenacity and his courage going in for loose pucks. That's what you call team toughness. Team toughness a lot of times isn't really determined by the ability to drop the gloves and exchange punches. Team toughness is, do you have the courage to go in there and be first on those pucks when they go in the corners?
Draisaitl trying to power his way to the net. He's got Oscar Fisker Molgaard draped all over him. There's a try, stopped by Anderson. Frederick Tipples with the shot. Penalty here, I believe, against Denmark.
That's all big fella. Leon Draisaitl again, holding on to pucks, getting you in his back pocket, making it tough for you, forcing you to take a penalty against him. Because to do it legally, Berkey, it's almost impossible. Yeah. It's almost like Jaromir Jagr used to do back in the day when he played in the National Hockey League, where he's able to fight you off. And you see Draisaitl just use the net, driving Fisker Molgaard into the net, applying his angles, running the Dane out of runway. That's a smart heads-up play for Draisaitl, because he knows that you'd have to go through the net or around the net. And Molgaard trying to go around the net ends up taking the penalty, tying up the German forward.
So Germany to the power play for the second time in the hockey game, and it's Draisaitl with the puck as he circles the net. Quick centering pass was blocked as he was hoping to get that one through for Peterka. Quick shot there, just drifts wide. Germany didn't get a shot on goal during their first power play. And Stützle for Draisaitl, they score! Wow. Tim Stützle put it into traffic in front with Draisaitl driving. And a power play strike has the Germans up 3-1.
I'm sorry, as an analyst, I got to be more reserved, but it's hard to control my excitement when I see such skilled plays like these executed by Germany. Now they get a nice little bounce there, but you have to throw the puck to the net to make this happen. I thought originally Draisaitl was able to deflect that one in, but Lauritsen goes off of his leg going to the front of the net. Either way, you hear the phrase all the time and time again, pucks to the net. Why do we say that? Throw the puck to the net, because anything's possible to happen. You either get your forward finishing off the play with a nice deflection or a shot, or it could go off a defender like this happened just now of Lauritsen's skate in the back of the net. It was Timmy Stützle's credit for his second goal of the game.
It's either going to be Draisaitl's second or Stützle's second. It's Stützle's second here of the hockey game from Draisaitl and Seider on the power play. And Germany now crossing into the halfway point of this second period with a 2-goal cushion and looking for more. Draisaitl snaps one out. Seider's shot tipped on goal and a save made by Anderson. Denmark just launches this one through center. Seider will tap this one behind the net. Fabio Wagner will reverse it, and Seider has a chance to set up back of the goal. Now flushed out by Olofsson. Wagner shoots it down the ice, and it winds up in a bench, and we get a stoppage in play. Tim Stützle has 2 of the 3 goals for Germany, his most recent on the power play. Germany leads Denmark by 2. Pick in that situation.
Yeah, 100%. And the year that he was drafted, he was a dominant player in the World Junior Championships when he played for Team Germany. The best under 20 players in the world. That gives you an indication of where guys are at that time and where they potentially could be. He dominated that World Junior Championships, and it was kind of a little example of things to come for his NHL career.
Under 9 minutes to play here in the second period. Denmark looking to respond. It was a 1-1 score at the start of the period. Shot angled off the back of the net. Pushed around the boards and a chance to clear for Germany. They will. Jesper Jensen Obo, the captain of this Danish team and the Olympic flag bearer for Denmark, part of the opening ceremony. He'll wait it out behind the Danish net. And the captain of Denmark for 4 of the last 5 World Championships as well. So even with the NHL players coming onto this roster, that's their leader.
And rightfully so. He brings a ton of experience to the table. He's well respected in that locker room. And the captain in the national hockey team or in the Olympic team as well too, they're usually an extension of the coach's voice. So the Danes clearly appreciate what he brings to the table and know that he has got the respect of the players in his locker room.
Foot race for that puck and pinching in was Brugesser. Had it, lost it, got it back, at least for a moment. Germany able to clear, but a little too much mustard on it, and it would have been icing, but a good hustle there by Reeder to beat out the icing.
That's a tough position to be in. You want to be first in that puck. You know you're going to get crunched, but I'll tell you, your teammates have a lot of respect for you. They know you're going to take a hit to make the play, and Reeder just did just that on that play.
Just another look at the goal. Right off of Lauritsen shin pad.
I know what Lauritsen's trying to do, make himself look big. They try to take away that pass going to Leon Draisaitl. But unfortunately, Freddie Anderson, you can't fault your goaltender. He's not going to be able to react to a puck going off your own defenseman's skate.
Germany's won 9 consecutive faceoffs in this game. And they will issue the warning to Christian Weisse, another guy who plays in Germany professionally. But on Denmark right now as Germany wins the faceoff, gets control of the puck. Just bobbled at the blue line. Created some issues there, and it's skated through center by Frederick Storm. Fabio Wagner He's the guy who gets the assignment to play alongside Mo Seider here in Game 1 of the Olympics. Leon Draisaitl shielding that puck. He's got Nicholas B. Jensen draped all over him. Played across to Seider. Seider didn't have a lane to shoot. Sent down the boards for Tiffels. Loose puck far side. Sliding in comes Seider with the backhand. Off the skate of Draisaitl. Another aggressive pinch there from Kai Visman. Well, we've seen that a lot from Germany, but this is Denmark in transition the other way. Pass shut down, and then everybody comes to help out. Mo Seider making the defensive play for Germany.
Yeah, heads-up play there from Team Germany. Up 2 goals. A lot of times you're going to watch this second period and going to the third period, you see all German players in the picture. That's structure, that's discipline, that's playing smart hockey. You don't want to give up any odd man rushes against the Danes to give them a chance to get back in this hockey game.
Pushed into the zone by Stahoviak. Now Stützle and True engaged. Bjorkstrand. Free that puck up and clear down the ice, but another icing scheduled here against Denmark. And slowly but surely here in this second period, Germany has started to take control of the hockey game.
Yeah, their big dogs are getting it done. Timmy Stützle is playing with a pace that Denmark really can't play at. They have to really be careful not to take penalties against Leon Draisaitl because he goes around the net with the puck and he wants to engage the defenders. He wants to get you on his back. He wants you to take a penalty against him. So you have to be disciplined if you're Denmark to give him his time and space, but at the same time, don't use your stick. Defend with your legs. Get in front of and between Leon Draisaitl and your net. Keep your body between both of those things. It'll make it difficult for him to try to create offense.
This was a 1-1 score at the start of the period. Tim Stützle has scored twice. And there's another opportunity for Stützle, wouldn't go. Rebound shot was blocked, and now it's Denmark up ice. Bjorkstrand wanted Ehlers. And Stützle instead. Play to the line. Long-range wrister. Tipped by Ehlers in tight, but Grubauer able to knock it down and swallow it up.
Can I make a bold prediction, Berkey?
Yes, you can.
I think Timmy Stützle is scoring a hat trick. I think he's getting a hat trick before this day is over. He's been all over the puck. Just electric. Just dogging it on the forecheck, creating time and space for himself in the offensive zone, and using that quick release to create scoring chances against the Denmark Hockey Club.
Certainly has plenty of time to do it. We're just about 5 minutes remaining in the second period. And Germany now with a 3-1 lead. Germany will take on Latvia on Saturday. And then they'll take on the U.S. on Sunday in group play. As you see, the coaching staff, Harold Kreis, who is actually from Winnipeg, Manitoba, the head coach of this German team. He's been the coach since January of 2023. Took him to a silver medal at the World Championships that year, but he's born in Canada, gained his German citizenship while playing professionally in Germany, and went on to actually play for West Germany at 2 Olympics in 84 and 88. He's a member of the German Ice Hockey Hall of Fame.
And he was getting a lot of help. You saw on the right-hand side of that screen, it was Jamie Compound.
Yeah.
And Jamie won Stanley Cup championships with LA Kings. Most recently won a couple cups with the Florida Panthers. So he's been there, done that. He's pretty much seen it all. One of the top assistant coaches in the National Hockey League.
Alexander Sulzer's also on the bench for Germany, who played 130 games in the NHL.
We're going to get one of those hats.
I was about to ask, where's yours? That's a great one. Oh, the flavor around the Olympic Village and about each of the ice hockey venues.
So good.
First game of the tournament for Denmark and Germany. It's a 3-1 lead for Germany here in the later stages of the second period. Brendan Burke and Anson Carter from Milano Row Ice Arena in Milan. 2 goals for Tim Stützle. Leon Draisaitl has the other for Germany. 5 minutes to go here in the period as Philip Grubauer makes the save. He's able to clear this one away from the net. Moritz Müller, the oldest German on the roster, wearing number 91 at 39 years of age for Germany in his 3rd Olympics. One of the 3 still on the roster that won the silver medal in 2018. Curling with it is Patrick Russell. They'll play it to the blue line. Lauritsen down the boards. Then back behind the net, and there is Mueller. Reichel wrestling for it, but it comes away with Christian Peissen. Now Storm. Ivanka, he got crunched, but was able to clear it down with a soft enough touch to avoid an icing.
Yeah, just want to get the pucks out of the zone. You don't want to do anything crazy with it. Ivanka kept it simple, kept it along the wall, and just soft enough that it didn't end up being an icing to get a defensive zone faceoff back in his zone.
Elias Reeder. One redirected in. Legging after it is Nico Sturm of the Minnesota Wild. It's Lars Eller who will clear it out. A little pressure here on Jonas Mueller. Race for the puck. Can he get there as Reeder trying to get on his horse and split on through, but the puck deflected to the wall. Reeder backhand to the front, and it was just pushed aside. Sturm settles things down and has a moment for Germany. He'll hit the red line. He'll dump it in. Germany making a change as Setkov fires this one through center. Deflected in by Joachim Blickfeld. Germany in a hurry for Draisaitl. Cruising in. His shot redirected by Setkov and went wide.
You can see what Leon Draisaitl's trying to do there, coming down that off wing. He's always trying to look to go over that right pad of Freddie Anderson and under his blocker.
3 minutes remaining as Setkov tried to clear. Didn't get out initially. Ehlers stretch pass. Here's a 2-on-1. Bjorkstrand shoots and a save from Grubauer. One of the better looks that Denmark has had. And Bjorkstrand bested by Grubauer. Germany able to clear.
Yeah, it wasn't just the save that I liked. It was Grubauer deflecting that puck in the corner. You know, a lot of goaltenders might make that save and they leave the rebound in front of them. Juicy rebounds, like calling it, leaving a lot of meat on the bone. We deflect the puck to the corner. Here's another look at Leon Draisaitl shooting that puck off his off wing. I used to love watching a guy like Mark Messier growing up, Stanley Cup champion, shooting the puck off his off wing, going far side. But this is the save I was talking about with Grubauer. He makes a save, he deflects it into the corner. Now, most goalies will leave that puck in front. That leaves second, third offensive chances. He left no meat on the bone in that instance there. He deflected in the corner. And that's a skill I found talking to NHL goaltenders. It's not a fluke that puck got deflected in the corner. NHL goaltenders are that skilled that they could deflect shots like that into the corner out of harm's way.
Just because they make it look easy doesn't mean it is easy.
Exactly. I don't trust many goalies either.
Draisaitl took a big hit from Oliver Lordson, who has to leave the ice as his helmet came off. A little different rule here in international hockey with the helmets. Once they come off, you have to head immediately off the ice. You get a little bit of leeway in the NHL. You could put your helmet back on. Not the case here in this Olympic tournament. Your helmet comes off, you have to go straight to the bench.
And they're not going to ease up at all. Lordson catches Draisaitl, but you can see the big man, number 29, Draisaitl. He takes the big hit, but he pops right back up. No big deal. But if you're Denmark, you want to continue to make it tough on the German skilled players. Whether it's Timmy Stützle, or there's Leon Draisaitl in that instance. Play the body, make life difficult on them, force them to quit. They're not going to, but take away their time and space and make them make plays under duress.
Grubauer puts another one away from the net up and over the glass. Oliver Lordson played 16 games in the NHL with the Flyers back 2013, 2014, 2015.
I'm looking at this hit and I'm thinking, good Lordson. Jeez, what a hit. He timed it perfectly. Thinking, good Lordson. Jeez, what a hit. He timed it perfectly. Kept his elbow down, kept his hands down. That was a clean, legal hit by Lordson.
And while the rules in the officiating is very similar to the NHL, headshots are taken more seriously in international play, meaning they are more frequently penalized and more harshly penalized. But he avoided the head completely there on that hit.
And rightfully so. There's no place in our game for headshots. There's plenty of opportunities to take the body on players without raising your hands or getting your elbows up in players' faces. The game's changed so much in the last 30 years than when I used to play. Anything was fair game, but you're seeing Lordson again taking that opportunity to hit Leon Draisaitl, keeping his arms down, his elbows down, shoulder down, clean physical contact. And as a hockey fan, I love watching that. This is what the game is all about. Our game is supposed to be fast. It's supposed to be physical. It's supposed to be intense. and we're seeing it on that play.
Shot gloved by Grubauer. And the last time NHL players were involved in the Olympics in 2014, the officiating standards, they were different then. We saw loud hits, even if they were clean. If they looked like they hurt and they were big body checks, oftentimes they were penalized. Not going to be that way this time around.
No, and I love that. This is more like an NHL style of hockey. And I've always appreciated the game in North America versus playing in Europe. I played in Europe 3 different times, winning gold for Team Canada, World Juniors, Men's World Championships. And you start thinking, when you start playing the body and referees make these ticky-tack calls, can I play the body? Can I be physical? And hockey's the last sport you want to play when you're thinking. You've got to be using your instincts. And if I can take a second to step back and think, should I make this hit while I get called on it, I'm not going to be as effective as I would have been if I was just playing the game just using my instincts.
Minute and a half to go here in the second period with the Germans up by 2. Germany a chance to reset things just inside their own line. Kai Vismont dumped in from center, deflected, so there's no icing. Freddie Anderson out the plate around the boards. Blue line shot. Visman tipped in front and it trickles past the net. Reichel up with it. No skate blade for Mark Michaelis, so he has to 1-foot it to the bench.
You got to love technology, but that's the downside of technology. When the blades are, you're able to remove them. It helps trainers with changing blades when you lose your edge, but it also creates problems for players because those blades might pop out if you get hit with a shot, a pass, you run into the end wall, and you saw in that example there, it's quite the challenge getting back to the bench.
Quite the workout, too. 35 seconds left. Puck just stuck there in front of the benches. Eel trying to pull it free, but it's Parker Toomey. It's Patrick Russell who's trying to pull that one off the wall. Russell got it to the line, not out, thrown to the net, gloved and held by Anderson with just 18 seconds remaining.
Faceoffs are so crucial. The Germans are going to want to try to get a faceoff play, depending who they have on the ice here. But if it was me and that was the coaching staff, I would get Big Mo Seider out there, try to take advantage of that big shot hits from the point. And if I'm the Danes, Lars Eller is a great faceoff man. It looks like he's on the ice right now for them. He's on the wing. I'd get him in the middle of the ice and let him take a faceoff. Looks like Weiss is taking the faceoff for them. Maybe they have Lars Eller out there as an extra centerman, just in case.
So Weiss against Draisaitl with 18.2 on the clock. Draisaitl wins it. Quick shot stopped by Anderson. It was Peterka who let it fly. This one underneath Stützle from his knees, unable to get it on goal. Lauritsen off the glass, out of the zone. Awfully good scoring chance at the end of the period for Germany, but it's the Germans who scored twice, both from Tim Stützle, including one on the power play, that have them up by 2 headed to the third.
Yeah, the Germans are showing that high-end skill level that we thought they would have coming in this game. Let's keep an eye on Timmy Stützle. We saw him on the bench getting worked on his hands. Looks slow to get up off that play off the face-off, so he's a player to keep an eye on going in the third period for the Germans.
Also a 1-1 game changes into a 3-1 game. Stützle at 4:20, again at 10:02 on the power play. First game of the tournament for Germany and Denmark, and it's Germany up 3-1 after 2 periods of play.
designing all-inclusive experiences for the thinking person. Viking, voted world's best by both Travel and Leisure and Condé Nast Traveler. Learn more at Viking.com.
Today's intermission report is brought to you by Intuit TurboTax.
Now we got a game. Brock Nelson, the oldest member of Team USA at 34 years old, scores this incredible goal, one of 2 goals he had in the second period. The Americans leading Latvia 4-1. Welcome back. We got to show you this tweet because Heather McDonough from DC, love Heather, TJ Oshie in studio for Olympic hockey analysis, went to the same high school as Brock Nelson, who just scored the goal for Team USA. Love it. Can't wait to see Oshie at intermission with Lindsay. Thank you, Heather. And that's right, I'm back with TJ Oshie. It's so great to have you here. Brock, let's hear it. Heather's right on point.
I know. I mean, I love this kid. He was, running around the locker room when I was in high school. We never played together. I'm a little bit older than he is, but comes from an amazing family background, all from Warroad, Minnesota. His uncle, Dave Christian, was on the 1980 Miracle on Ice team. His grandpa and great uncle, Billy and Roger, on the 1960 gold medal team. So they got gold medals running through the veins.
They got it in the blood. All right.
And you see some great play from Brock here
But
tonight.
you said he was running around the locker room. So what was he like? What do you remember?
He's a rink rat. I mean, all the kids in the world are rink rats, but he especially was one. Always super skilled, great at everything. You can kind of notice those northern Minnesota players when you see them. They're just they're just so good with the puck. You spend so much time just playing hockey with friends, not necessarily training, just playing hockey and being creative, and Brock is the ultimate one.
Awesome. Well, so fun to watch him having success in this game. Let's get right to it, right? To these highlights. Today's second period highlights, by the way, brought to you by Intuit TurboTax. We're tied 1-1 after the first period. Second period, here he is. Brock on it, right? 2-1 nothing.
Breaks to the middle. Great pass by Jack Hughes from behind there. I love the little wiggle in the deception, and then throws it in the net with the backhand.
I mean, and this is incredible, and seeing that there. Tage Thompson, and then more to come here.
Yeah, and I love the shifts leading into this. The Americans had to get puck for maybe 4 minutes before they drew this penalty, and then Tage Thompson with a great play there, high skill play to throw it top cheese.
Assisted by Eichel and Quinn Hughes, so 3-1 USA. Then the second period, another one. There's your boy.
This one's a little more of an empty net. Just kind of, I think anyone could have put that in the back of the net. What a great pass there, but so happy for him.
All right, so much offense for the United States that we saw there in the second period. What do you make of that?
I just love how much they're getting to the net. In all situations, anytime they have a chance, someone's getting in front of the goaltender's eyes. They got another guy coming in for a rebound. They're doing a great job. And this one's a little bit different. This play starts from behind the net, and you see Brock notice a chance to break through the middle of the ice. And what I love about this, when we get the angle from the back here, is his little deception with his hands to put it in the back of the net. I can guarantee he learned that at the Gardens in Warroad all those years ago, still working at the Olympic level.
What a difference does that make, though? What kind of difference?
I think it's just the deception that you make in that instance. The goaltenders are so good. A lot of times they're going to stop that first shot. And so when you give that little fake, they have to commit to it. And Brock is so good at around the net. He has really soft hands. He knows how to score goals. That play right there works in high school. It works at this stage. With that type of deception, you create an empty net, and he slid it in.
I think the other thing that you're seeing is Latvia seems exhausted. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you saw Elvis there.
Yeah, he could barely catch his breath.
Shift, yeah, it looked like he needed one of those NFL oxygen tanks, I think, because of how good the Americans are doing. And if I'm them at this period, I got to get the puck in and get some pressure off of our D, get some pressure off of our goaltender, and try to build some momentum back. But the Americans, I mean, especially the second half of that period, the second period, the Americans were all over them.
All right, we'll see if they can keep it up. Team USA with a 3-goal lead after 40 minutes. Brock Nelson with 2 goals in that second period. And we're going to hear from the star of the game so far when we come back.
How long has that house been empty?
20 years.
For decades, people have gone missing.
The whole town can be involved in some murderous conspiracy.
We need to get out of this cul-de-sac.
USA Sports, your new home for live events.
The Premier League on USA Sports.
Charlotte, Kyle Lawson comes to the line.
The biggest championship in women's golf. The stuff you dream about. The third leg of golf's Grand Slam.
Season 2 of Love is kicked off.
From tee-off to kickoff, from the top rope to the checkered flag. See it all live on USA Sports.
What are you willing to do to be a rainmaker?
USA's The Rainmaker is a hit.
Yes, come on.
This is my case.
That hospital killed my boy. I don't want your damn money. See you in court.
I'm gonna need some popcorn.
Catch up now before Season 2 premieres.
That's the smartest thing you've said yet.
The Rainmaker, Season 2 coming this year to USA.
Role model, a great mentor too, and I got to play with him too, so I'm just a great guy, and I know he's tuned in.
Brock, enjoy the third period. Thank you.
Thank you.
Team USA really dominated that period. It paid off with 2 goals inside the final 3 minutes. TJ, what stands out to you most on this list here?
I think when you see the shots on goal, that second period, I think, you know, they definitely gained a lot of ground there, and that means they have puck possession, and they're getting shots not from all over the place, but a lot of shots from their defensemen with traffic in front of the net, and that's a playoff style of game, and that's something that Canada does really good, and the Americans are doing it here today.
Yeah, it was interesting. That tally kind of went up like a slot machine, super fast, right? The shots on goal. All right, we got much more to come here as we head more towards the third period. Stick with us on USA Network.
Taxes was waiting on the refund you needed yesterday. Now Taxes is getting your refund up to 5 days faster with Credit Karma and TurboTax. And getting the guidance to take every dollar further. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax.
If your child has moderate to severe eczema, they can stay ahead of it with Dupixent for clearer skin and noticeably less itch. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your child's doctor about Dupixent, approved to treat kids as young as 6 months.
That made K-pop Demon Hunters and Spider-Verse comes the next groundbreaking animated event.
I got a date. With who? Oh, I didn't tell you? Your mom.
GOAT, rated PG.
Pacifico isn't just a crisp Mexican lager. It's a beer with a story. Legend says it was discovered by accident by a group of surfers.
Getting set for the start of the third period between Denmark and Germany from Milano Row Ice Arena. Germany with a 3-1 lead, courtesy of 2 goals from Tim Stützle in the second period. And it took control of that game. They were outshot, however, 16-11 by Denmark in the period. But Tim Stützle, we saw him kind of go off maybe a little bit sore after the end of that second period. Looks like he's ready to go here in the third.
Yeah, good sign for Team Germany to have Timmy Stützle back out there on the ice. I was a little concerned. He took a bit of a beating there in that period. But he's a hockey player. He's tough. It take a lot more than a couple of hacks and whacks to take him out of this game, especially having the first time that NHL players being back in the Olympics in a long time.
First game of group play. These two teams share Group C with Latvia and the United States. And so 3 points for a regulation win. It's 2 for a win after regulation. You get 1 point if you lose after regulation. You get no points if you lose in regulation. So 3-point system here, and 3 points on the line as Germany trying to take this one to the finish line. We got a goal from Draisaitl, 2 from Stützle, and a 3-1 lead to start the third.
Looks like both teams are going head-to-head. Big dogs versus big dogs. With Alexander Trusline going head-to-head versus Leon Draisaitl.
Nikolai Ehlers spins it to the crease. That one ricochets away. Kept in at the line and played by Jensen Obo. Around to Nikolai Ehlers, who's been driving the offense here in this hockey game for the Danes. Draisaitl drops it off. Szymanski pushed on goal. An easy stop there for Anderson. Ehlers to Jensen Obo. They'll reverse again as Tim Stützle applies the pressure on the forecheck. Aaron stretch pass turns into an icing call. As you see, Mo Seider in more than 16 minutes leading the Germans in ice time through 2 periods, as you might expect.
Yeah, Mo Seider's a horse. He does this every single night for the Detroit Red Wings for his respective NHL team. And he's going to be expected to carry the mail for Team Germany, too. You see that Denmark just iced that puck there. I want to see their wingers come back a little bit lower. Come low and slow. Support your defensemen. Because you're not going to see very many Germans in your picture in the offensive zone. Unless they get pressure on that puck, I expect to see 4 German players back with only 1 player applying pressure. So if I'm the Danes, there'll be a lot of ice in the defensive zone to support the puck, come underneath, and come up as 5-man units.
Peterka off the face-off win by Stützle. Anderson cleaning up his own rebound. And the puck cleared out by Mikael Ågaard. And another icing here against Denmark as Oscar Fisker-Molgaard did what he could to try and beat that one out.
I've been a little upset too. I thought he had the edge there, but you can only complain so much. At the end of the day, the referees are the ones that have the whistles.
Well, for the fans rooting for Denmark, there have been 19 Danish players ever to play in the National Hockey League. 11 of them are on this team here today.
It's incredible. I can't say enough about the growth of our game around the world, and we're seeing it. This is a perfect example right here of all the Danish players playing the National Hockey League. Not as extra players, not as secondary players, but players that are playing leading roles for the respective clubs.
Both goaltenders on the roster, on the dress roster for Denmark here today, playing in the National Hockey League. Mats Søgaard has spent most of the season in the AHL in Belleville. As Stützle, his teammate in Ottawa, try to send that puck across towards Peterka. We could get another icing here, but it went right under the stick of Kelbla, but they'll still call him for icing.
Mats Søgaard has got a lot of potential. You mentioned the goaltender that's not playing today for Team Denmark. 6'7", big guy, high draft pick by the Ottawa Senators. But like a lot of goaltenders, they need a little extra seasoning. They need to be, handled with care. And that's what the Ottawa Senators are doing right now. They've got goaltenders right now in their system that are making the saves, doing what they need to do. So it's okay to let their young goaltender play a lot of hockey, not sit on the bench at the NHL level. Just let them marinate.
Another icing. How do you like that? This game in the first period featured very few whistles. It was lightning quick. It was a great pace. It started to get a little muddy in that second period, and here in the third, it has come to a complete halt in the early stages of the period.
I think this is because the Danes don't want to get scored on. That next goal is going to be huge if the Germans do get it. So the Danes are trying to get the puck out of the zone and make this 2-zone game, defensive zone and offensive zone. But this is when you have to be more patient. This is when you need to come back and support the puck instead of trying to get the puck out of the zone without any puck support.
All the icing allowed a few extra beverages for the German fans in attendance.
Never a bad thing. Is it Oktoberfest in Germany?
It's Oktoberfest year-round, I think. Clearing attempt doesn't go. Denmark looking for a clean exit here. Can't do it. That shot redirects up and out of play. And after a flurry of icings, at least Denmark can make a line change here following this most recent whistle. 8 icings in the game charged against Denmark, 4 for Germany.
When the game slows down, I believe this helps the Germans. This allows the J.J. Peterkas of the world, the Leon Draisaitl's of the world, the Timmy Stützles of the world to catch their breath and not get taxed by constantly being on the ice if there's a constant flow in the game. So I think it works out to their advantage if they keep getting these stoppages of play.
Through 2 periods, you look down at the ice time, and You would think maybe a Draisaitl or a Stützle or a Seider would have 3, 4, 5 minutes more than anybody else. It's actually been relatively mixed throughout their roster.
And that's the key with these tournaments. You're going to have every single player on these tournaments be one of the best players in their respective clubs. And you're going to accept whatever role the coaching staff gives you. But can you be effective playing 13, 14 minutes instead of your regular 19 or 20 minutes? The teams and the players that can do that are usually the teams that have the most success.
Mark Michaelis pulls the puck off the wall. Couldn't bring it to the net, though. Turned around by Christian Weisse. As Weisse gets the dump in, Patrick Russell on the forecheck. Came away, and it's Dominic Cahoon with the airlift center ice. This one flies off the glass. Put in on goal, and Freddie Anderson will play it aside. I guess I should maybe call him Frederick Anderson.
I like
more
Freddie.
formal.
I like Freddie. You call him Fred X because he always delivers.
There you go. Long-range pass goes all the way down. No icing, though, as the hit delivered by Alexander Eel. Now the puck tied up with him and Nicholas B. Jensen. Both Nicholas Jensens are on the play for Denmark. One forward, one defenseman. This pass. Jensen shot up over top of the net. Jensen, a former first round pick by the Vancouver Canucks back in 2011. They called him Nick Jensen back then, by the way. Just in case you were thinking, is that the guy? That's the guy.
I still call him Nick Jensen too, but I guess if you're playing for your home country, you become Jensen.
Yeah. This one goal line, Draisaitl sets it to the back. Seider with a shot. That one never made it through.
Just for the record, Berkey, when I played for Team Canada, I was Carter.
Okay, yeah. Not Cartier. This one got lost in the skates down there of Tiffels. And Draisaitl picks it up on the backhand. Tiffels pop free, and his shot goes wide. Nice little play there between Tiffels and Draisaitl. We've seen them connect on a few scoring chances. Draisaitl driving around the net. Backhand all the way through, and Tiffels was there, but so was Anderson.
Oh, my goodness. Is that Frederick Tiffels, or is that Connor McDavid? We've seen the Edmonton Oilers, two dynamic duo, make a play like this in the offensive zone. Now, this isn't McDavid because we know he plays for Team Canada, but Tiffels has been outstanding with Leon Draisaitl, finding the quiet areas, getting open, understanding that Draisaitl is going to be able to draw 1, 2, 3 attackers to him, and then it's up to Tiffels then to find that quiet area, which he's done time and time again in this game.
Well, here in the third period, Germany has all 6 of the shots on goal, as most of the period is spent around Anderson's net. Draisaitl taking his 24th face-off of the game. Can't win that one. And the puck gets dumped into the bench. And another whistle here in the opening 5 minutes of the third.
The key to successful face-offs isn't just the centerman going man-on-man against the opposition. You have to have the wingers jump in and be on your toes, because it's rare you're going to win a face-off clean. So you want to beat your guy that you're facing off against, whether you're right winger or the left winger, and try to get those loose pucks and turn over those pucks as quickly as possible.
Draisaitl twisted to the blue line, kept in. Draisaitl again. Mo Seider spins free in the middle of the ice. Seider closing in, backs his way down into the slot. Draisaitl with the handle. The long wrist shot knocked down by a body in front. They touch this one out as Seider snaps one. That was blocked by Bjorkstrand. Good puck movement in the offensive zone for that German group. They had their top 5 players on the ice that time.
Did you watch Mo Seider dance that blue line, Berkey? He's 6'4", 6'5". He looked like he was 5'8", 5'9". Looked like a little ballerina out there. But that's what makes him so effective. His footwork is outstanding. Looks like a figure skater out there on the ice.
Here's Stützle, who has 2 goals in the hockey game, trying to open up some space. Put a pass into the skates. Stützle again driving. Anderson took a bump. Gets up okay as this puck transitions into the German zone. Bjorkstrand had his stick lifted from behind by the back check of Peterka. And now Peterka will exit for Germany. Has to fight his way out, though, as Nick Olofsson confronted him. Now it's Stachowiak. Down to the ice. Took Jensen with him. One kept alive. Those two are still getting untangled below the goal line. Only been 2 penalties called in the game. both against the Danes. One of them resulting in a German power play goal. Oscar Fisker Molgaard, the goal scorer for Denmark, wearing 12 in white, able to clear this puck out.
Don't you love the way the Germans compete? Stahoviak, Stützle, Paterka. Every single 50-50 puck is being won by the Germans right now, this stage in the hockey game.
There is a 50-50 puck, and there they go for it, battling against the end boards. Denmark trying to clear the zone, and they do, but not with possession. Could be an icing here, and it does just cross the goal line. There's a little bit of rough stuff after the whistle as Ågaard goes face-to-face with Wagner. This was Stützle driving the goal, looking for that hat trick.
He tried to choke up on his stick and try to bunt that one in. And I'm actually surprised he didn't get a piece of that. As you can see, Freddie Anderson get knocked off his angle there a little bit by Stahoviak going hard to that blue paint. Accidental on purpose, taking out the Danish goaltender.
That elbow to the ear for Anderson.
You got to be careful because Freddie's been injury prone too during the course of his hockey career. So if I'm Team Denmark, I'm a little nervous whenever I see my netminder get bumped into like that.
Olesen backhand, redirected away by Wagner. And now Wagner takes a hit to make a play but can't get it out. Turning and shooting was Ågaard. Denmark tries to get some offensive zone time here. Everything has been kept to the outside and away from the net of Philip Grubauer. 3 Danes, 2 Germans. Puck stuck in there against the kick plate. Kick free and then put into the corner. Weisse, side of the net. No angle that time to shoot at for Olesen. Patrick Russell wrestling for it, centering feed, and Grubauer, a good stop there. Frederick Storm came off the bench, got a good opportunity. Grubauer trying to cover up the rebound as everybody crashes to the goal. Russell and Wagner duking it out behind the net. We'll have a few words after them in the aftermath.
The Danes are battling for every square inch on this ice. Wagner battling, Russell going toe-to-toe. But if you're the Germans, you want to try to keep the players away from your goaltender and box them out before they get a chance to get those loose pucks.
Denmark showing a little life, but it's Germany with a 3-1 lead here in the third period.
Big check coming in from Laurelson. square across. Shooting chance from the circle. It's fired wide of that far corner from Kelbler. Jensen Arbol. Bit of a slip there on the blue line that the Germans thought was due to an infringement. Officials not agreeing as Seider went onto the deck. Draisaitl. Going to bring some control to proceedings. Seider. Now Kelbler. And that will go back into centre ice. Well, Ehlers round the back there of Seider as the German lost his balance. You can see why his teammates appealed. Big performance from Moritz Seider. Winston Arbol strong on the hit there, but now the opportunity perhaps down the other way. Played in from deep by Marcus Laursen, grabbed by Grubauer, and the officials quick to flood the crease to ensure that there are no skirmishes in the immediate aftermath like there have been recently. So Marcus Laursen, well read by Grubauer with his left glove. Crashed effort on the one-timer, saved by the pad there of Grubauer. Oliver Laursen unable to make that stick. So Denmark having to reset and come again, trying to cross the blue line. Bit of a scramble for the puck. Germany get out on top. Storm. Storm again. Denmark move it away well. At least it goes beyond the blue line, even though Frederik Storm of Denmark can't make it his. Reichel. Oh, in towards the near stick by Kelbler. Anderson getting something on that to register another save from him. Now an opportunity coming forward is Setkov. Strong play from him. Ehlers. Denmark were trying to move the Germans around there, but lost possession of the puck. They'll keep it inside the offensive zone. Sharp movement in from the blue line, trying to cause a bit of chaos in there now, Denmark. 8:30 remaining on the clock. Maybe a bit of a break from the circle. Back it goes. Shot comes in. And there was a chance for a rebound, but there was Seider to meet it first. Very accomplished play from him. Not just reading it to get his stick there initially, but then to turn it away as well. And now the Germans can reset. So 8 minutes remaining on the clock. Really need a goal sometime soon. As the minutes tick by, then the question asked as to when Frederik Andersen is sacrificed and they go 6 on 5. We're not at that juncture just yet. Germans looking cool in their own zone, trying to lure in the Danish forecheck. Frustrating that the Danes were unable to get control of the puck there, but it's just held up right in front of the German bench. And maybe a loose play for Denmark to pounce on, but the Germans again, dogged, stick it in there. Draisaitl break away. This could be a big moment, but Anderson saves it. And Draisaitl will be disappointed that he didn't make the most of that, trying to create the angle as he came down the centre to take it wide and then maybe find an empty goal, but Anderson stuck to his task superbly well. A let-off for Denmark. Have they got another gear they can crank up into here? No offside here. Stutzler in the circle. Scott tied up slightly, almost stopped too well, and left the puck in front of him. Now bursting through the centre, Morgan trying to flick it to his right. Stutzler was back there quickly. Now Muller just taking things down a notch. And one back here by Denmark. Frantic stuff from Muller. Realists switching play. This is a chance maybe cut around the circle. And it's Bjorkstrand. I think it took a deflection as it went up into the netting. Draisaitl with the opportunity a few moments ago to extend the German lead, but they do still lead 3-1. This was the breakaway opportunity for Leon Draisaitl. You thought he was going to get his second of the game, but Frederik Andersen with a big moment one-on-one. His 9th save of the period. 22nd save overall in the match. Rolling puck. Quickly trying to shift it wide right and create that angle. On the backhand. Anderson getting the pad right behind that one. And his defender's quick to his aid after. The German captain will be hoping he doesn't rue that miss, but he does still have that early goal to his name. An Olympic goal scorer, adding to the many accolades that this world-class forward already has to his name. Many a time he'll have scored a goal in that sort of fashion, but just not clean enough there around Anderson, who does deserve credit. Almost carved out shooting opportunity there. Realists now potential 2-on-1. Being spearheaded by Draisaitl. He squared it across. The invitation was there, but Germany unable to get the shot on target. Szymanski, the one with the effort. He's now in front of the net, waiting for the opportunity if it potentially comes back around again. Muller. Across it goes. Fired in low. Comes off Anderson. Muller locked in fierce battle there. Shout for holding from Oliver Bjorkstrand. The referee in front of him not interested. Final 5 minutes. Danish frustration growing here. The puck is not where they want it to be at all. Desperate need of a goal to half the arrears. And you start to wonder how long it will be before they look to go 6-on-5 and sacrifice Frederik Andersen. Germans have been resilient in this final period. They haven't given the Danes much at all to feed off. But there's still life in Denmark yet. And it goes in front. Again, Denmark unable just to get the run of the puck. German sticks in the way. and able to get it clear. Stutzler trying to reverse it, not quite managing to do so, and then loses out behind the backboard as well. Shot turns coming in from Ella. From the blue line it goes, could have gone anywhere. Deflects wide, then a chance coming through, and Grubauer is able to deny Ella the opportunity. We take a breather, big few minutes remaining in this one. Germany 3, Denmark 1. Well, Tim Stutzler will be the one grabbing the headlines tonight. His first 2 Olympic goals, the first one, brilliant class. Just a dropping puck on the edge of the circle and meeting it perfectly as the puck bounced off his stick and into the net. Fair to say, a bit of fortune about the second. Well engineered, though, between him and Draisaitl. That was after he needed a bit of treatment to his thumb. Big collision with the boards. And on many an occasion, the Denmark defence quick to get around Stutzler, but not on that power play. And he was able to try and move it back in towards Draisaitl in front of the net. And he took an unfortunate nick off Oliver Lauritsen. It means that Germany are 3-1 up. Draisaitl shooting lane blocked, you would argue, there by the desperate dive coming in from Jesper Jensen Arbol. Square for Szymanski, couldn't make it count. There is Fredrik Andersen, sacrificed for the final few minutes. 3:48 left on the clock. Denmark deciding to go 6-on-5 with the empty net. It's now or never for them. Another shot coming in from Oliver Bjorkstrand. The Tampa Bay Lightning forward. That's exactly what he was trying to do there, but Grubauer, knowing that was the only real angle that was in danger, got his glove up to meet it. Back to the blue line it goes. Again, Denmark attacking with the open net behind them, just trying to flood the German zone here. 6-on-5. Ella. Germans in hot pursuit, but Denmark managing that puck okay here. Kicked across, trying to get the puck back in front of the net. Desperate Lund's coming in to block, and successful as well. From Szymanski. And then played in low. And the puck is stopped in the crease. Bjorkstrand again, trying to be ever the influential party on that right wing. Three more minutes for Denmark to try and get a goal back and maybe force overtime here if they can get two in quick succession. It's a good claim from Elias, who watches that well. Germany trying to stand firm on the back foot. Denmark throwing everything at this net, trying to get a run of the puck. Shot coming in. Caught by the glove there as Seider, and then trying to get his stick on it as well. Seider battling around the back of the net and again getting there first. What a performance he's put in defensively for Germany. Such a reliable defender. Germany with that quality right from the keeper through the defence and into the forwards. And that man, the 24-year-old Tim Stutzler, with his first two Olympic goals, meaning that Michael Gatt's Denmark team might just be outdone. Unless Denmark can change things here. This first ever Olympic meeting between these two nations has been a gripping encounter. With Germany the ones looking like they're going to get their campaign off to a winning start in Group C. Final 2 minutes, still the 6-on-5 as it's flashed across goal. Denmark giving everything at this now. They just need a break to try and get this into the net. Deflects clear, Stutzel trying to get on that one first. And goes, it took a deflection which took the pace out of that one pretty much completely, and Philipp Grubauer plucked that apple from the tree very easily indeed. Denmark have given everything they can here. Look. Just over 90 seconds remaining. He's saying they have to believe they can get that opportunity. One goal, then the other, as the timeout is called by Denmark. That time out, the final input there from the Danish coaching team on what they can do tactically with this 6-on-5, 96 seconds remaining. Bjorkstrand fired in low, crossed the goal and wide, and then dumped back in again. Germany still not letting that door be knocked down. Bjorkstrand round the backboards. Gets alive beyond the blue line. Germany just doing their best to protect in front of the net. Bjorkstrand, lots of bodies to get through. He's come back to him again. Cannon wide once more. Final minute. Puck goes in towards the netting high up there, and it will be a face-off. Still in the German zone with that empty net behind them, Denmark. 3 white and red shirts hovering around the crease. How close did this get? Oh, off the crossbar. Well, that's when you just wonder if your luck's out. No time for Denmark to be thinking that right now, though. There is still time, even though it seems improbable. Bjorkstrand trying to fire one in low again. Just teased in there and looking for a break as Grubauer stretches to get his stick on it once more. He goes round the back of his net. Can Denmark go? No, opportunity out in front. They nearly did. Again, Cannon did and missed. And then there's stick check coming in there just to stop the Danes getting another shot away. Then there's the open goal down the other end of the ice. There will be no icing calls as the spinning puck is picked up by Denmark. But now 20 seconds remaining on the clock, and you wonder if on another day the Danes may have got something out of this one. But Grubauer in excellent form. "37 saves in the match. A crucial display of world-class talent from Philipp Grubauer. Tim Stutzler's goals will be the difference. And Fredrik Andersen with 23 saves to his own name. Back on ice for 5-on-5. As the Danes momentarily had an extra skater on there, probably forgetting that Anderson had entered back into his crease. And Denmark have given it everything that they can to try and get something out of this Group C opener. But Germany have put it in a solid display, full of defensive steel and might. And they've got the goals that they've needed to as well. Relief for Germany, delight for Philipp Grubauer, great performance from him as the Germans get their Group C campaign off to a winning start. 2 goals on his Olympic debut for Tim Stutzler. Ultimately, the match-winning moments in the second period. No goals in the final period as Denmark struggled to lay a glove on that scoreline. Germany running out winners 3-1.